It's still whatever day I said it was. I'm taking the makeup off so I can take a body bath. I was still reflecting on that stream and on my brother. So just reflecting on trying to figure out why I'm having that dream when I don't know. Aside from the first girl that I'm clearly dating. It's funny because I tried to go back to sleep and then I'm back in the room with her. So short scene. I'm back in the room with the first girl that I was dating in my dream, and it's like the following morning, and it's the following morning. And so we're interacting the following morning. So it's continuing. The storyline is continuing. But I was reflecting on my brother's situation, and how I mentioned that when I was younger, when we were both younger, I'm older than him by a year, he would get so upset. He would get so upset that the girls would tease him. But they would tease him because he was a good-looking kid. Like, and he's always been very. He has a good face. He has a good face, my brother. And ever since we were little, like second grade little, very handsome young boy. So the girls would tease him. It was very much like the I like you type of teasing. And he would be pissed off at him because he just wanted to play ball. He just wanted to play and run with his friends, go on the jungle gym. And that's why he would come to me. He's just like, they're bothering me, Yubi. They're bothering you, me. And then I'd go up to the girls and be like, leave my brother alone. Like, he clearly doesn't want to play with you. Leave him alone. And just realizing the differences in our upbringing, because, not upbringing, but just our experiences socially. He was often liked. Like, it didn't matter what he did. He was very much liked. My brother just has that built in with him. Aside from the visual appearance, right? Aside from the visual appearance, he was always well liked. I, on the other hand, I was thinking about that. I was like, what was that like for second grade? I wasn't liked. I wasn't liked at all. I had a really hard time making friends. Even my B, I met her in kindergarten, but we wouldn't play together. She wouldn't play with me. I think mostly it's because she wanted to play other stuff, and I wasn't very I didn't like the same things. She wanted to play dolls. She wanted to play the things that I wanted to play football. I wanted to run. I wanted to so I had a hard time making friends. And it didn't help that I was often called the teacher's pet, and that I would break the curve. So in elementary school, the teachers would say, whoever gets the highest score, so if the highest score is a C, it becomes an A, and all the other students move forward. Every single class for the first part of my elementary school experience was like that. And then me being, smart enough, you be, right? Not super smart, but smart enough, I would break the curve. And would be pissed at me. Pissed. Because then, I would get an A, so everything was normal. That's so funny. Trouble with the Curve. That was the name of the movie. Trouble with the... Is it Trouble with the Curve? And this is getting triggered. This is getting triggered. How I broke the curve. How I broke the curve at school. And that's why a lot of people didn't like me. And there was this thing where I was like, I cared, but I didn't care. Because it's like, that's not going to hold me back from doing a good job. I'm like, that's not going to hold me back. And I think I was already getting used to the fact that I was alone. I didn't mind being alone. I think that's what it was. I didn't mind being alone. But at the same time, there was this feeling of like, yeah, it'd be nice to have friends. And I would just watch other people play. I would watch other people play. And, Trouble with the Curve. I would watch other people play. I was a tag along. By 4th grade, I was a tag along. And I tagged along with a group of, I mentioned it before, they were called tomboys back then. And that's what I felt like I identified most with. They were playing flag football. I wanted to play flag football, but they just didn't like me either. I think I was heavier by then when I met them. I was in 4th grade and I had already gained a lot of weight. But I still liked being more active than hanging out, sitting down for my recess. Like, I wanted to be active. And that's how I would end up playing. So even though I was a tag along, they couldn't shoo me away. They couldn't, because everyone was afraid of getting in trouble, right? And, I was a crybaby. So I don't know if I ever did cry, and that's why they didn't push me away. Or they just knew they needed an extra player. Because we would play flag football or it wasn't flag football because we didn't have the flags. But we would play football with the 6th grade boys. So I don't know if it was just we needed an extra player or... That's so funny. Trouble with the Curve. So I was used to not being liked. I'm used to doing things my own way. So it's so funny that those stories came up. But anyways, I just wanted to explain that a little bit more. My brother, he never had an issue not being liked, I don't think. Everyone always liked him. And they wanted to be around him. And that wasn't it for me. That wasn't the same for me. My sister was different. She was likable, but she was a spitfire when she was younger. Very, she would take the lead. I remember she would take the lead a lot. She had some trouble in junior high, and in high school, but it was more like academically driven problems, not socially. No, yeah. I think because no se dejaba. She would fight. And I remember going to some of the meetings to help my mom because my mom needed someone to translate. And I would talk a lot with her like it was like if I was the parent. I would talk to her teachers, we would mediate, and with my younger sister we did that a lot in elementary school. When we went to a blended elementary middle school. So I was in middle school and she was in elementary school, and I would get called out of class to address if she was crying. She cried a lot. I remember in elementary school, in that school, things would happen. She would get in trouble with some of the older kids. She would show up. I would be inside. So the older kids would, for the most part, have lunch first and then be in class. And then it'd be the little kids with the older older elementary kids. She would show up at my door in the classroom crying her eyes out. And the teacher would look at me. I'm like, don't worry, I got this. I'd go out. What's wrong? What happened? Okay, come. And I'd walk her. And it happened so much that by the time that I was promoting out of 8th grade, because it was still a blended elementary and middle school, very small school, the teachers put down that I was going to be a pediatrician because they thought they saw how I worked with younger kids. I remember that. I was shocked. They did that as part of our promotion, where they wrote down what they thought we should be growing up. And I remember they wrote down pediatrician. I was like, doctor? I never thought about being a doctor. I thought that was funny. Anyway, I just want to add that part to it with all these memories that are being triggered. I need to get ready.
Hey you, my name is Yubi and I use she, they pronouns, and you've just finished watching a clip from my video diary entries where I'm documenting my healing journey as I learn how to navigate my spiritual awakening. I have learned that this experience and process is unique to each and every one of us in whatever way we are embracing living our truth. This just happens to be my journey. And despite me having a graduate degree and a license in clinical social work, this by no means is intended to replace any type of formal mental health advice. This is just me on a personal level, shedding light on the truth that I am learning and discovering for myself as these experiences unfold, and really inviting you along for the ride. Please know that there is a time gap between when these videos post and my real timeline, and also that these clips build upon each other similar to chapters in a book. So if you find yourself lost or confused, feel free to click on the playlist section or the link below, where you can jump around, check out the other chapters, and or catch up. Also, please know that you're more than welcome to check out my website, www.youbecominghealed.com, where I've gathered all of this information, my background, experience, and education to create online self-paced courses to help you on your healing journey wherever you are. You're also more than welcome to check out my other YouTube channel at You Becoming Healed, where I've entertained a podcast, including clips from these courses so that I can make this content accessible to more and more people. Please click like, subscribe, and share this content so again it reaches more people, with the hopes that other people will resonate and connect with the healing journey and the stories shared so that they don't feel alone in their own process. I thank you in advance. I'm grateful to you, and I wish you well.